Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Felicity here, and I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And so this is a tarot reading. Pick a card or pick a hand fan tarot reading for you, and let's look at what is in store for you for the first half of 2020, or how things unfold for you for the first 6 months of the year 2020. And the reason why I also include my hand fans is because I feel that it's very important to recharge our feminine energy, and also to look at beautiful things. And so hopefully when you are watching this video, you not only get some kind of information about the coming year 2020, and also hopefully you can relax and enjoy the beautiful things in life and enjoy looking at the beautiful things. And so yes, let's get started. So this is the first hand fan, and it's, the guides and the sticks are made of mother of pearls, and you can see the gilded the gold gilded carving here. There's a butterfly. There's a butterfly here, and also you can find some flowers. So this is the hand fan number 1. Okay, and let's look at the guide of hand fan number 2. And for this one, you can actually find a maiden here, and underneath it there is a pillar, and on top of the pillar, and you can find a pair of flaming hearts. Here, a pair of flaming hearts. And there's some kind of missing pieces at the background, because this is a very old hand fan. Okay, hand fan number 2. And this is hand fan number 3. This is made of wood. The sticks are made of wood. It's ebony. Hope that you can see. Okay. And this is includes more color. And you can see the green and the purple and pink here. Okay. Okay, if you would like to know about the deck, I can tell you. Deck number 1 is Romantic Tarot. Deck number 2 is the Lover's Path Tarot. Deck number 3 is the Greenwich Tarot. And first, to make a balance, because these 3 decks has a lot of feminine energy, and it's all about romantic feelings and emotions. So to balance that out, I've used this deck, the Guild Tarot. Okay, this is to look at the theme of your 2020. Okay, are you ready? I hope that you have made your decision, and I'll put the fan over here. Okay, now let's get started. First, we start with deck number 1. Okay, so this is deck number 1, fan number 1. And before I get started, let's unfold the fans and look at what is painted on the fan lips, because the hand fan actually makes up of one of the clue as to what is to come for you for the year 2020. Okay, so this is hand fan number 1. Okay. So this is hand fan number 1, as you can see, and I feel that for the year 2020, you will find out some secrets. Okay, it seems like someone may hide their feelings, or there's something that he or she wants to say to you, but they are not ready to say it out loud yet, and so somehow you will find out, maybe by accident, you find out their feelings, and you find out what they are hiding. So a secret will be revealed to you. I feel like there may be some kind of secrets. Also, if you are thinking about, if you are expecting a child, maybe you will give this child a very traditional name, because what is written on here, it's called Margaret. Okay, maybe someone with the initial of M means a lot to you. Someone with the name of the initial M will come to you in the year 2020, or maybe someone with a very traditional name will come into your life in the year 2020. All right, so there may be some kind of secret revealed to you, and also you may get a little bit of nosy. You will try to find out people's feeling and get a little bit of nosy, so you will discover a secret, or discover some kind of information, or maybe the information will come to you, will reveal to you. All right, so yes, things will come clear to you, I think. So hopefully you enjoy this painting. Now let's look at the card. First, I will use the Guild Tarot to look at the main theme for the people who have chosen deck number 1, group number 1. Let's see what is in store for you, group number 1, for the year 2020, and how things unfold for you for the first 6 months of year 2020. And let's look at the main theme for you first, for the group number 1. Okay. I feel like, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. I feel like there may be some kind of changing of the situation, or because of this change, it really asks you to tap into your feelings. Because of what is changing outside, you will have to think about, to tap into your emotions in order to get your answers. It feels like there may be some kind of regrets. Okay, the feelings of regrets will come to you. Maybe you make a decision before, maybe you make a decision long time ago, and right now what has been established, it's like there may be some kind of change. What has been strongly established will be changed, and when this change happen, you will tap into your emotions. Maybe some kind of regrets comes to you. but I feel like you are pretty relaxed and you feel like, okay, even though there's this kind of change, I can also make things happen. I can handle this change. So I feel like at the end of, maybe near the end of May or June, yes, I feel like in May or in June, you will start manifesting. Because at the beginning, you feel like, okay, this change is happening and it's inevitable. I need to accept that. Of course, you will feel emotional about this change. Some of you feel like time is running out. And also because you tap into the emotions, you will find yourself having a lot of creativity. The creative energy will come to you. And there's some kind of merging. You feel like you're merging with the Mother Earth. And also tap into your own emotions, your feelings, and you need to work with Mother Earth. And also it's good for you to go into the water energy, like go into the river, sit on the ground, to walk on the grassland, to walk on grass. And also in May and in June, okay, at the beginning there may be some kind of changes, inevitable changes, and then in spring, in March, and in April, you will tap into your emotions. And then in May and in June, after some kind of contemplation, you are ready to find a strategy to handle the situation. So in May and in June, you find some kind of solution to handle the change. And do not be afraid to creative. The creativity, the creative energy is very, very strong for you for the first 6 months of year 2020. You will have a confidence to handle many things as May and June approach. Alright, so this is the main theme for you. Let's look at every month. Okay, I will draw one card for each month for you. So let's look at the first 6 months. For the people who have chosen group number 1, the first 6 months, how things unfold for the people who have chosen group number 1, deck number 1, for the year 2020. We'll look at each month. Okay. January. Okay, January energy. And then February. And then March. And then April. And May. Finally June. Okay, January energy. Okay, it seems like you will be observed. Okay, probably at the beginning of year 2020, you will take your time to relax and to really tap into your emotions. But you're not very ready. You're not ready to reveal your emotions, and the other person may not be ready to reveal their feelings as well. If you have someone in your mind, this person is also taking his or her own time. So both of you at the beginning of the year 2020, you will take your own time, and both of you are thinking about your own emotions. Instead of revealing your own emotions to each other, you will take your time to look at your own emotions first. And because of the past disappointment, you are not ready to take things to the next level very quickly. So both of you have faced some kind of disappointment in the past. And so instead of heating it up and starting something new, and you will take your time and to observe each other. So there's some kind of observation period at the beginning of year 2020. Alright? And now let's look at the February energy. Okay, it seems like for February there may be some kind of competition going on. Maybe it concerns your workplace, maybe it concerns your relationship. There is some kind of competition going on, and someone feels very hurt. And because someone feels hurt, you will need to comfort this person. Okay, the other, if you are in a competition, and there may be 3 people in a competition, and 2 of you will find companionship in this competition. Like some of you will not feel alone, because someone will be there to comfort you and support you in this competition, and you will also find companionship in this competition, whether in your workplace or in your relationship. And someone will get his or her heart broken, and some friends will be there to comfort her or him. Maybe you are the one who is being comforted. Maybe you are the one who is going to comfort others. And you will feel like the other person is acting without mercy. Alright? But the good thing is that you will find companionship, or the person who is hurt will find companionship. So this is the February energy. And now let's look at the March energy. Okay, the March energy feels like you will encounter people whom you have a strong connection with. And your life will be brightened up. It feels like if you are in a workplace, you will find the sun is shining in your workplace. It feels like there may be some kind of status, there may be some kind of strong identification of the government, or the identification of people who are in a higher status. Maybe you have a chance to meet with people who have a higher status. Or because of you have a strong soul connection with the people who you encounter, and you feel like the sun is shining. And I feel like there may be a strong Leo energy presented in the month of March. And things will be clear to you, because the secret and the information will be revealed to you in March. And March, it seems like it's a great month for you, because March is the month of Mars, and then here you can find the Sun. So Sun, March, Sun-Mars conjunction. It feels like you have some kind of cooperation with others. You will feel like the people you have encountered in March will bring a strong destiny to you. You will feel like, okay, it's your destiny. You are destined to meet these people or this person in your life. So there's a strong supporting energy for you to meet people in March. Or you will be united with the people who have a soul connection with you. Maybe in the past, you fell apart with the people who have a strong soul connection with you, and then after a long parting, after a long time, you come together. You meet these people again. In the role of a friend, maybe in the role of a romantic partner. So the people you met, you feel like, okay, it's like they are a long lost friend to you. Alright? So you have a lot of chit chat, a lot of catching up to do in March. Okay, next, April. Yes, and this kind of catching up chit chat will continue in April. You have a lot of things to say to each other. The card asks you to let go of the past regrets and enjoy the moments. And also, if there's a things that you need to move on from, you need to move away from. I feel like there's like a heart-to-heart conversation going on. And maybe you will create something together. Maybe it's a business creation. Maybe it's some kind of creative energy. The card asks you to let go, not to take control, like not to control, always like control your feelings or control your words. It feels like in April, maybe because of a lot of things to say, and you tend to control what you need to say to each other. And the card asks you to let the flow begins, not to think with your head, to feel with your heart instead of thinking with your head. So the April energy is like, do not act. So the card asks you not to act with your own mind, instead to feel your words, to feel others when they are saying something. Okay, when they are delivering their words, you can feel the energy. You need to feel instead of think. And also let go of control. Sometimes our ego wants to control, and the feminine energy is about letting go of control and just enjoy the moment and let the flow begins. All right. Okay, now let's look at the May energy. Okay, the May energy is about assessing what has happened in the previous months. So from January to April, there may be some kind of connection going on, and so in May you have some kind of conclusion. You look back in the things that has happened in the previous month, and in May you are still very careful with your words because you do not want to hurt others. The card asks you to be careful with your words. Choose your words wisely and not to act impulsively. Okay, so there may be a lot of assessment to do. And Also, if there's something that you are passionate about, do not be afraid to take action. Maybe this action will come slowly and steadily. And the card asks you to start thinking about the action plan. What do you need to take? What are the steps that you need to take in the coming months? And you need to start planning in May. So in May, you will have an action plan ready. You think about a plan. There are some kind of ideas coming up to you in May, so that in May you think about what needs to be done in the next half of the year, in the second half of the year, in 2020. So you will have some kind of things to plan. And the card asks you to slowly plan. You do not need to act quickly. You just need to slowly plan your second half of 2020. Okay. There's some kind of direction that you need to plan for yourself. By looking back in the previous month, from January to April, by looking back, and you will know what to do for the second half of 2020. If you need to have some kind of communication with others, the card asks you to choose your words wisely and slowly, just so you do not hurt others with your words. Okay, now let's look at the energy of June. Okay, so for June, there's strong, confidence in you. You observe others. It's like you observe others like looking at a show, watching a show. And at this point, you see through the BS. You see through the illusions of others. And so you are very, very confident in June. You are like, okay, if you are playing games, I don't care. I just need to step outside. I need to step back and just, okay, some of you are thinking, okay, what else can you do if you play games? What are your next games? And so, you will see through the illusions. If others are playing games with you, you are like, okay, I'm done with the game playing. Okay, maybe I will find some kind of entertainment or amusement from the games you play. And also, you see others manifesting as well. And it feels like some other people will manifest something for you instead of you manifesting something for yourself. Because of your confidence, you can draw a lot of people helping you. It feels like you're the boss in this situation. But the card asks you to not just always step aside. If there's something that you need to get involved, you need to get yourself involved. If there's something that happening and asks you for your attention, you need to pay attention to that. Instead of sit back and relax, you need to get involved and to pay attention to the things, to the things that are going on. Do not just turn a blind eye on what is going on. It feels like the people are not asking you for help. They are just asking you to pay attention to them. Okay, I would like to draw one card to help clarify. Yes, you cut away all the BS. And you find what is rare to you. Rare is like instead of having a lot of things, having a lot of friends, you cut off the people that are no longer serving you, the people that are not having your best interests at heart. And because you have this confidence, you know that as you cut off the people that are not serving you well, and you invite new friends into your life, those new friends are not codependent. Those new friends will cooperate with you, will manifest something, not just for themselves, they will manifest something for you as well, or both of you will manifest something together. Of course, some people may not be happy about you cutting them off, but that is life. And it feels like you do not cut off people that often, but when you cut off people, and there is a good reason for that. And also, people will not understand you because you rarely cut off people. But when you are done, you are done. When you are done with them, you are really, really done with them. It feels like there is no going back. Yeah, so you have this kind of confidence. So I hope that you keep up with this confidence, and I will have another video coming for you, and in the middle of the year we'll look at the second half of 2020. Alright, so thank you for watching group number 1. Okay, now for group number 2. Group number 2. I think I need to take a rest first because I need to recharge my energy. Okay, group number 2, are you ready for your reading? And let's look at the hand fan that you have picked. Okay, let's look at what has been painted in this hand fan, because the hand fan makes up part of the reading. There's a painting inside. Okay, let me adjust. So this is the painting. Okay, this is actually it's a wedding fan, and also just by looking at the sheep, there is a group of sheep here, and it represents Trinity. So the card asks you to pay attention to your body, mind and spirit, and to spend more time reading, doing some kind of relaxing things in the countryside. So get yourself in the nature, because body, mind and spirit, you need to balance all three in order to have a very healthy and fulfilling life. So if you have a job, if you have a family to take care of, do not just do and work. You need to spend some time alone or with your partner in nature. Or maybe you have a very good partnership with your partner, with your romantic partner, or with your friends. If you start a card also, the fan, the painting asks you to cooperate with your partner, if you are married or if you are in a relationship, to create something in life. You have some kind of creation in life. Maybe you enjoy the music. Maybe you have a different taste in music, but then the painting asks you to admire each other's hobbies. So it's very important to admire each other's hobbies and do not hold judgment. Okay, you can spend some time to help your partner to do hobbies together, and then your partner will go to do your own favorite things together. So it's like complementing each other. Alright, and also there's some kind of like uniqueness in yourself. You need to find your uniqueness in your relationship, in your partnership, in your workplace, in the work that you do. So there's a lot of very calming energy, body, mind, and spirit energy. But it feels like it's a black sheep. Okay, I'm not sure if there's a black sheep in your family, someone who is very rebellious in your family. But the card asks you to work with this black sheep, to work with this person's uniqueness. Maybe they are very rebellious. But then if you observe and you admire their uniqueness, you will find some kind of understanding of each other. Alright? So, it's quite a good year for you. Alright? Let's look at the cards. And I also, okay, I will stop here first to take care of my dog. Okay, now let's look at your main theme for group number 2. Your main theme for year 2020, especially the first half year of year 2020. Let's look at the main theme. For those who have chosen deck number 2, what's in store for you, group number 2, for the year 2020, for the first half year 2020? How things unfold for you? Okay, let's look at the main energy for you. Okay, it feels like it's quite good. There's some kind of contentment within you. Maybe this contentment comes from the peaceful energy, and also it concerns about your career and your status. It feels like someone is very ambitious in your life, or maybe you are very ambitious in your life, and then finally you are kind of like taking it slow, and it's instead of ambitions, you can find like you will take some time off and not just focus on working or getting to a certain status. If there's some kind of conflict going on in the past, this kind of conflict will be softened. This kind of conflict will be resolved. It feels like the company you work for, or the people that you work for, or the people who surround you will come up with a certain kind of solution to keep the peace, to rest, to resolve the conflicts. so that everybody can be happy in a certain kind of situation. It feels like I feel like maybe the government or maybe the company that you work for and the people that you work for or the people that you work with, you come up with certain kind of solution in order to resolve the conflicts. And both parties are going to be quite happy about it. Both parties are quite happy and content about not fighting and not get involved into the dramas. There may be some kind of peace going on, and because of finding some kind of contentment. This can be the contentment at home, all right. This may be, finding striking a balance between the contentment at home and also at your workplace. The card asks you to tap into both the feminine energy. The feminine energy is all about contentment, and the masculine energy is about working towards the ambitions to achieve something, to achieve certain kind of status. But then for year 2020, you will find a balance. When to feel content, when to achieve something. All right. So now let's look at the monthly prediction. Okay. From January to June, let's look at the first 6 months. Let's look at how things unfold for those who have chosen deck number 2. The first 6 months. How things unfold for those who have chosen deck number 2. Let's look at January to June. Okay. First is January, second February, March, April, May, and June. Okay, January. Okay, maybe you encounter someone who have the one energy, who is very creative but at the same time quite impulsive. Maybe you have a chance to travel. Maybe some of you are thinking about traveling in January. Maybe you are planning to travel. It feels like there's some kind of hopes and freshness. It's like you feel like, okay, this is year 2020 is a fresh beginning. So you are full of hope for the year 2020. And because of this hope, and you may want to take some kind of impulsive action, or you are going to encounter someone who is a little bit of impulsive, or who are full of fire, full of ambitions in life. I will draw one card to clarify. Okay, it feels like at the beginning of year 2020 you may not be aware of this person. Someone may be looking at you. This can be a relative, this can be a friend, this can be someone that you have just met. and you may not be aware of this kind of energy. Maybe this person would like to work with you. It feels like this person would like to communicate and work with you, and let's do something together, and let's plan something together. It's like cooperation. Maybe it concerns of your work, maybe it concerns about your partnership, business partnership. It can be romantic partnership as well. And if there's something, okay, you're thinking about whether this person chose you, and it feels like this person will choose you. Maybe there are some kind of options in front of this person. And then you will choose this person, or maybe this person will choose you. Maybe they choose to work with you. And someone is not very aware of this. Maybe you are not aware of the choices that you have. And if you're not aware, and then you will be aware, because someone is going to wake you up from something. You feel like you are well taken care of. If you are partnering up with this person, you feel like you are being taken care of. But at the same time, it's just the beginning. You do not need to make a decision so quick. Alright, now let's look at the February energy. Okay, it feels like you're waiting for something. And it feels like you are stepping aside, because like you may have a certain status in your life. Maybe you are the expert in certain area of your life, whether it regardless of maybe regardless of which area. Maybe you're good at cooking, maybe you're good at some area of life. Just like there is a certain skill that you're good at, and then you are the expert. You are being seen as the expert in certain area of your life. But at the same time, you want to step down from this kind of label, from this kind of status. Because, always holding up, some kind of expectation of others, like always living up to certain expectations of others will make you very tired. So instead of wanting to being labeled as someone or some expert, you would like to step down from this role. You would like to step down from this position so that you can relax and not just always live up to others people's expectation. And it feels like there are people, you want to take care of other people's feelings, and therefore you concerns about other people's emotions and feelings. You concern so much at the point that you neglect your own feelings. You do not want to disappoint. Therefore, you always keep playing a certain role in order to fulfill other people's needs. And at February, you feel, okay, I'm feeling very tired. I need to step down. So if you have this feeling, then you need to tell others. Do not be afraid of hurting other people's feelings, because you need to recharge. Also, you look back in the past and you worry about disappointment. Maybe you worry about disappointing others. Maybe in the past some people disappoint you. I feel like at a certain point in February, you feel like whether you deserve something or not. You're not ready to take some kind of maybe commitment, maybe a job commitment, maybe a relationship commitment. You're not ready yet. Okay, now let's look at March energy. Okay, March energy, it feels like some of you are having the opportunity to travel. Some of you are being offered You know, maybe this is a job offer, but at the same time you need to move away from your home. And some of you, if you are working away from your home, away from your country, some of you are missing your country, missing your home. It feels like if you have the opportunity, you have a job offer, then this job asks you to work away from your home. There may be a lot of travel plans to do involving your work. It feels like you want to take this opportunity because this is what you want. Okay, I would like to draw one card to clarify. Yes, you are struggling and you are thinking about the situation because it feels like it is the friends and the families and the familiar environment that you are not willing to sacrifice. And you are like, okay, there's two options. Which one should I choose? It feels like you have the answer to already. It's like you do not want to take the action yet. You have the answer because you favor one more than the other. You favor one option more than the other. You have the answer, but then you worry about how others view you. Maybe because you're concerned about moving away from home. But then it feels like the options that you have at heart, if you choose by heart, then you have a really good options in front of you. So do not be afraid of leaving your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone and then choose from your heart, not from your mind. You have a good opportunity coming in. Alright, and then now let's look at April. The April, you look at your emotions. Maybe you will work, or you have a certain nostalgic feelings within you. It feels like if you encounter someone, this person is very thoughtful and considerate. Okay, my dog is like knocking on the door. I need to stop here. I'm sorry. Okay, let's continue. In April, you may encounter someone, and this person may have the initial of M, and this person is very thoughtful and very considerate. Or maybe you are the person who is very thoughtful and considerate. So in the month of April, you may encounter someone who has the initial of M, or who is very considerate and thoughtful. But at the same time, this person may feel a little bit of nostalgic as well. This person may ask you to look into your emotions, and there may be something that comes up concerns the matter of the heart. Alright, maybe you are this type of person who is very considerate and thoughtful. I would like to ask, draw one more card to clarify. Okay, there may be some kind of ending or some kind of change, some kind of transformation. And if you remember the cards that we looked at in for the previous month, it feels like maybe you are in a relationship. Maybe one of you find a job that requires you or the other person to leave home, to work away from home. And so this person or you are thinking about this change that may require you or the other person to leave the country. So this is quite a tricky situation, because you may be in a partnership or in a relationship, and then suddenly one of you find a job, find a better opportunity. But then in order to fulfill this role in a job, and one of you need to leave home and need to reside in another country, and so this brings certain kind of transformation, certain kind of changes in your life, in both of your life. And so there may be some kind of changes that you or the other person are thinking about, because when one of you need to leave home or leave the country, it may bring some kind of changes in your lifestyle, in your partnership. But if one of you are not thoughtful, not very considerate, then the other person may feel like, okay, you are abandoning me and you are abandoning this relationship. So the card asks you to really work things out together. It's not an easy road, it may not be an easy option, but you need to work things out together. It feels like these changes, okay, the change is inevitable. The change is inevitable. So let's see what may comes to you, what may brings to you. Okay, again, it's about transformation, it's about balance. Again, it's about the transformation you need to make. Okay, if you are in a partnership, it feels like the female needs to leave home. The female needs to leave home. Okay, it feels like before leaving home, before going to another country, you may make a vow to each other. Maybe you got engaged to each other. Maybe you sign a paper to get married before you leave the country. Okay, this may be like officially married. Maybe you make a promise to each other. It feels like it's the feminine energy who is leaving home, who needs to go to another country. And before you leave for another country, you make a vow to each other. Alright? So the card asks you to take a balance, to strike a balance, to not go to the extreme. Do not think that, okay, this is the end of the relationship, or this is the end of something. The card asks you to take a middle ground and not to worry so much. Because life always brings changes, and we need to accept life as it is. Okay, let's look at June energy. Okay, the new door opens for you as you take the risk, as you step forward to take a risk. It feels like it's quite good for your finance, for your this opportunity brings prosperity. Maybe at the end, in June, both you and your partner choose to go to a foreign country, to settle down in a foreign country. It feels like you will find jobs and opportunities, you will find new friends, you will find prosperity in another country. It brings a lot of good financial prospects to your family. And finally, maybe your partner will go with you. Alright? So take the risk. Do not be afraid of the changes that is coming towards you. You finally settle down and find good fortune for both of you and your family. Alright, so see you in the second half of the year. I will make a video to look at the second half of the year later. Alright, so now Let's look at group number 3. Group number 3. Let's unfold the hand fan for you first. This is for group number 3. What is in store for you? Okay. It feels like for group number 3 for you, you may choose to settle down. You may choose to settle down, and it's quite a good opportunity coming towards you. It feels like you will enjoy some kind of companionship and partnership with others. Maybe certain changes come to you. Alright? Some of you may form a family. Some of you may choose to go live near your family. Okay, you are going to live near your relatives or live near your family. There's some kind of community going on. You will form a very good community. You will find a very good community and settle down. It feels like you will go to a village. Some of you will go to a village to settle down, and some of you will find a really good warm small community to fit into, to settle down into, and it's quite good because you will get in touch with the people who are very pure, people who like to entertain. So this may be a good year for you. Alright? And you will enjoy the simplicity in life. You enjoy simplicity in life because the people, the community that you are in are very pure. It's a pure joy and to settle down in that community. Even though it is a small community, but everybody is quite close together. You enjoy some kind of entertainment, alright? So now let's look at the card for you. Let's look at what is in store for those who have chosen deck number 3 for the first half of 2020. Let's look at the main theme first. The main theme. What is the main theme for the year 2020 for those who have chosen deck number 3? Okay, let's see. Okay, and it feels like for year 2020 at the beginning of the year, because of some kind of quick movement, there's some kind of quick movement going on, and if you have been staying at home, the card asks you to take some time out of your comfort zone, to go out to meet some friends. Maybe you will receive a piece of information and you're not ready to receive this piece of information. Just like, you know, it is a little bit of shocking because this kind of information comes to you very quick and you're not ready to face this piece of information. You're not ready to hear it, and so you take some time out, and so you contemplate on this piece of information, and so you go to you take some time out. You have a long time. If you have been very busy and the card asks you to take some time out, if you have, so the card, because I'm reading for a lot of people, this is collective reading, so another layer of the card is like maybe you're very busy at the beginning of the year, and suddenly in the middle of the year the card asks you to take some time out, to go alone, some of you will go through some kind of darkness in life. It concerns your emotions. So the card asks you to take some time out to contemplate, to take care of your emotions, even though you're very, very busy. And it's like a hermit card, okay? You may not be willing to face the world yet. You are not ready to socialize with others yet. And after some kind of contemplation, you will come up with some very wise advice. You will come up with very wise solution for you to deal with life, to deal with this kind of busy life, or to deal with certain kind of information. All right. So let's look at the card. Let's look at January to June. What's in store for those who have chosen? Okay, so already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 card comes out. I will take one more card. I'll take one more card. Okay, 2 for you. It feels like for those who have chosen group number 3, there are a lot of things going on for you in year 2020. Alright, let's see. It feels like there's some kind of conflict going on for the year 2020. Maybe you would like to change something in your life. It feels like a change of your contract. If you have made a contract with others, you would like to change the contract. Maybe you promise others to do something, and then you feel like, okay, I need to change this contract. I need to change this promise. Maybe you overpromise at the beginning, or the previous few years, you overpromise. And then you find out that, okay, I cannot fulfill this promise and I need to change something. And so because you want to change these things, you want to change this situation, and you're like splitting up. Like there's some kind of splitting of the energy. There's some kind of splitting of the energy. You're not sure whether to go to left or to right direction. You're not sure about which direction to take. So you're weighing the pros and cons of the directions of different options. This is a big change for you. And it concerns about moving forward. So you need to look at which direction you want to go. If you want to travel, which direction you want to travel, which country, which city to travel to. Or if you would like to move forward, if it concerns about career advancement, are you happy with the career advancement? The card asks you to take a balance, because here, this is the Justice card. You can also view it's a Libra card, and Libra is about balance. And here, the Chariot card is also about balance. Before you take a step forward, you need to take a balance. If you move too fast, you take an impulsive move, you will be, you will throw off the balance, and it's not good for you. Okay? And what you need to think about is the elders and in your family. And you need to take advice from the elders, from your ancestors, from your grandparents. Because here, this one, the Holy King, and the crown, and is Saturn. Saturn and the kingdom, alright? You really need to take advice from the elders in your family, because they have been through a lot. They have been through ups and downs and thick or thin in their life. So they are very wise. They have a strong advice for you. They have a lot of life experience to share with you. So before you make a step forward, you take action. You need to take advice from the elders. They have been through, the cold in the winter. And these two cards strongly connected with Saturn energy. Saturn gives you some challenge, but then at old age, they have a lot of wise advice to share with you. So take advice from the elders. And maybe there's a strong advice. It feels like it concerns about Christmas and concerns about family. Going ahead, moving away from family. But it concerns about the strength. Can you survive in the cold? Can you survive? Can you take responsibility for your family as well? Because sometimes the decision you make will affect others in your family. Alright? So take advice from others. Can you survive the cold? Can you survive the challenge? Okay? And it feels like there's a huge transformation coming up for you. You will not be the same again after 2020. After this kind of challenge, you will not be the same again. Of course, you can try to move away from your family, to move away from others, but then at the end, you feel like, okay, the advice that the last old generation given me, it's very wise. You want to change something within your family or within a certain rigid system. That's why you want to push things forward. You want to move away from the system. You want to move away from rigid system. But then, at the end, you will strike a balance between the old and the new. Of course, there may be some certain dispute going on. There's maybe some kind of conflicts going on. And okay, other people ask you to become mature. Okay, maybe they see this act as immature. They see you as an immature person. They ask you to, okay, you want to end something, but the other person will feel like, okay, you are not mature, you're acting very naive here. And then the other person will say things like, okay, time will tell. Time will tell. Time will teach you something wise. The other person is very wise, maybe, and asks you to think twice before making a decision. Because you would like to end something. The other person is like, okay, I respect your decision, but at the same time, time will tell a lot about the decision that you make. Let time be the judge. I feel like this is a very, very important year for those of you who have chosen group number 3. Seek advice from the elders. Keep the balance before you move forward, or if you try to move forward, if you're moving away from home, keep the balance. It's also about the balance of your finance as well. Take care of your finance as well. You are also taking a bet, like, okay, I bet on it. I bet that if I take this role, I will be successful. You are taking a risk. But at the same time, make sure that you have the backup plan. Make sure that at home, you have a good communication with the elders at home, so that when things go tough, when things becomes very difficult, you have the backup of your family. So do not argue with your family before you leave home, because they are the backbone, they are the rock that you can hold on to if things go difficult. All right. So even though you want to move forward, you want to branch out, you need to respect the elders, respect their advice that given to you, and you need to maintain a really good relations with them. In case something goes really, really wrong, something goes really difficult for you, if you leave, in case something go wrong, and then you still have some kind of support of your relatives, of your family support. All right. Make sure that before you leave, to get your finance ready. All right. Big change for you. You will be a different person after this year. You will, after this decision, you will be a very, very, very wise person, because when you decide to move forward, when you decide to take things forward, to move forward, Saturn will teach you, okay, the people that you encounter in another community will teach you something. You will become a wise person. You will look at, okay, maybe I should really cherish the older generation's advice. Maybe they are the wise one. After all, they are the one who have been through a lot of things in life. Okay, you respect the elders after this transformation. Right now, maybe you are the naive one. You become a really wise, mature person. So, move forward if you want to move. Okay. And someone, okay, of course, some people in your family or someone in your family will feel hurt, will feel alone. So if you move forward, move away from your family, move away from others, do not forget to give them a call sometimes, to tell them where you are and how you are doing, because they will miss you. They will miss you. All right. Especially those who have lost their partner. Those who are living alone will miss your companionship. So if you are leaving home, remember to give them a call, so that they know that they are not alone. All right. So, big year for you. Group number 3. I hope I wish you the best, and I will do another reading for the second half of the year later. Okay, I wish you all the best. See you in the next video. Bye bye.